What's going on, YouTube? It's Xavier here again. I came to talk to you today and give you some tips from some things that I've learned today. So, last night I told you guys that I was over in Salina, Kansas at Menards, and I was there before they closed. However, they still did not unload me, which was completely fine. It happens. So I didn't do anything last night. I climbed into bed and went to sleep. Well, it snowed last night in Salina, and my tarps froze and my straps froze. Now the tarps, they were going to freeze anyways, but the straps, I could have taken them off last night. Well, I didn't. So it created more pain and headache this morning when I got up to do everything. Now, with that being said, I suggest if you get to your customer the night before, go ahead and take your straps off. It doesn't matter how cold it is. None of that should matter. Go ahead and take your straps off to save yourself the pain. With that being said, sometimes your straps freeze while you're going down the road, and when you get to your customer, they're already frozen. Well, in that case, you just have to deal with the frozen straps and the frozen tarps. Now, another thing. Not only do your tarps and straps freeze, but your bungees freeze as well. And I know you're thinking, like, how do bungees freeze? Well, you think you got your bungee stretched and it's really cold and you're going down the road at between 68 and 70 miles an hour. Your bungees are going to freeze. So what I found works best is those bungees that you are going to use or have used already. After you take them off your load, sit them on the passenger side of your truck. You know you're going to have the heat on. So sit them in the passenger side of your truck and let them thaw out. Once they thaw out, they will begin to retract so you can stretch them again, because if not, you will end up with really, really, really long bungees that will never return to normal. Now, it's not bad to have long bungees, but it's kind of bad to have really, really long bungees and no short bungees. So, put them in your truck. You're going to run with your heater on, and your bungee should retract back. Now, it will make your truck smell a little rubbery, which, is not that bad. I keep a can of air freshener in here. I keep little air fresheners in my vents, So, with that being said, my truck still smells good. So, as far as your straps go for thawing them out, I keep my straps under my bunk, which about 90% of the guys here at KEIM do the same thing. I have a few straps up in my headache rack, but those are straps that I really don't touch. Some of them are shorter than normal, so I only use those on special occasions, like putting my tarps on the deck or something like that. So my straps stay under my bunk. Now, sometimes you're going to roll up your frozen straps and they're going to be really, really huge. The only way that I've seen, there may be a different way, but the only way I've seen, them get back to normal is sit them under your bunk. Of course, you're gonna run with the heat on, and they'll thaw out and return back to normal where you can maneuver them. So then once they're thawed out, you'll be able to throw them and do such things. I do keep a few straps that I don't touch. So just in case I get somewhere and my straps haven't thawed out yet, I still have straps that I can throw. So, yeah, those are a few things that I learned on my own pretty much. You don't have anybody looking over your shoulder, and it's good, and sometimes it could be bad. Sometimes you have to get in the truck and call people, but don't be scared to call and ask for help, because as a new driver, you don't know everything, and you should not think that you do. So, everything out here is really easy once you get a rhythm going for yourself. Another tip that I have for you as far as what I've learned probably here within the last day or two is keep your gloves inside the cab of the truck. I say that because when you get to messing with your straps and your tarps, well, they're frozen, which means they were wet at one point in time. So you get your gloves wet and you go to use them again and they are still wet. Well, then your fingertips get wet, then your hands get cold, then you don't want to work. And to be honest, the quicker you get everything done, the quicker you can get back in the truck. Now, as a new driver coming in the winter, you'll know what to prepare yourself for next winter. Some say it's better to come in the winter. Some say it's better to come in the summer. I feel like either or, Maybe you like the cold. Personally, I hate the cold, but I chose this job, so I have to deal with it. Another thing, be careful out here. There may be ice in places where it looks clear. You're pulling a combination vehicle, and that trailer can slide up from up under you at any time, going around curves, or even going straight down the road. You want to be more careful when you are empty, because you don't have that weight back there to keep you on the ground. Last week, actually, I realized that I was going down the road and I was only doing about 35, and there was some snow in spots and my RPMs were a little higher than they should have been, and I felt my truck spin, and it kicked one way just a little bit, just enough to make your butthole grab the seat. And that helped me understand that when you're driving through things like that, you want to keep low RPMs. Low RPMs. In our trucks here, we have a green line in between 1,000 RPM and 1,500 RPM. So me personally, I kept it around 1,000, between 900 and 1,000, and it kept me great. So those are some things that I've learned from being in the truck by myself. Now, I'm not here to take any of you guys' trainer's job. I'm not here to do that. I just know that younger guys sometimes want to hear things from a younger guy, which is completely understandable. So I'm here to just give you guys some info. I will bring more videos of different things soon. I'm gonna try to get to you guys every day if I can. You know, it just depends on how I'm feeling. So with that being said, pretty sure I'm gonna wrap this up so I can get me some sleep. But those are just a few things to keep in mind. I will be back with more awesome things to tell you guys from my perspective. Like I said, I was in training for about 7 weeks with 2 different companies. So the things that I do are I've learned from 2 different trainers, 2 really great, amazing trainers. I still talk to both of them. I talk to my trainer from TMC pretty much once a week, and my trainer from KEIM here, I talk to him probably every day. So, you know, if I have any questions, I call either one of them. Even though the other guy is there at TMC, he's been there for a while, and I mean, I don't call him and ask him anything about KEIM because he knows nothing about KEIM. But I do call him and I may have a question for him that he could answer. So, you know, just be patient, you know, and everything here will come to you. And I'm not going to say that you'll know everything, but you'll have a rhythm of how you like to do things, and that's what matters. That you do things and you do them within the limit of the law and within the limit of the company rules, you'll be perfectly fine. So with that being said, I'm here at 13 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Like I always say, keep the wheels spinning and the beavers grinning, and we'll holler at you later.